Alrighty, hi guys. I'm packing for college finally. I leave tomorrow and I'm about a third of the way done packing. Super crazy of me, I know. Who are these children outside? Where are your parents? I'm going today to be doing a 2,000 subscriber Q&A because I've never done a Q&A and this is a fun milestone. So you guys ask me questions and I shall answer. And I have not read the questions yet, so I hope it's spicy. It is a classic work of literature that is really popular, but you have absolutely no interest in reading. Moby Dick kind of books, I just don't really feel like reading. For Whom the Bell Tolls, I don't really want to read, like those kind of things. I just don't like Hemingway though. Is there a book that you think needs to be adapted into a movie? The Maidens. A book or a TV character that you feel is very similar to you?
Hey, editing Claire, I have returned, retainers in. Wait, let's go see Lelia. Let's go, guys. Lelia's here. Apparently, I look like Missy. Someone told me that last semester and it made me cry. But apparently, I look like Missy, and a lot of people agree with it. You know.
Which one of your videos do you like best and was the most fun to create or film? My weeks in the life from college were a lot of fun because it was just me living my life and recording it, and I just really love my friends. But there was a video that I made a long time ago where I like became my favorite main characters, and I put the posters up there over here in my room. And that was back when I didn't have many subscribers, so I didn't get a lot of views, but I really enjoyed making that video. And I was just in like a really weird depression pit, and that kind of brought me out of it, creating and putting up posters and stuff. So I'm thankful for that video for sure. Which book is the biggest red flag to you? Like if a person you're talking to mentions that they love that book, you run the other way. So they said for them, it's Gone with the Wind and some of Bukowski's poetry. That's funny. I'm so aware that it's all subjective. And so I think that sometimes when people tell me that they really enjoyed A Little Life, I'm like, okay. People love Call Me By Your Name. I'm just like, okay, but do you notice that there's a lot of things that you should call out about it and it's problematic, and it can be your favorite, but can you point out the problems in it first? That kind of thing. And I'm sure there's things that people could say about my favorite books, but that's just, I answered the question. My favorite queer book. You know, I guess my favorite queer book would probably be Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. Super niche, I know. It is so tragic. If I read it again, it would feel super different, but right now, the feeling that I get from the book is really refreshing. That does not make sense. I know it doesn't. It's just in Claire's brain. My favorite and least favorite genres. Just literary fiction, I think, is my favorite. Analyzing points of view, so I really like reading those kinds of books. If I have to get like more niched and nuanced, I suppose. I like romance and I like classics. As much as I rank on them, I do like classics. And if I had to pick a least favorite, I don't gravitate towards true crime and like horror. If it is a horror book that I'm reading, it'd probably be like a psychological one, but I don't read like body gore kind of stuff. Favorite comfort character. That's hard. No, I end up hating a lot of characters that I read. I really like Jay Gatsby. I've always liked Gatsby. I told my mom if I ever have a dog or a cat, I would name him Gatsby. When I was younger, Finnick Odair was a big comfort character of mine. I think he was everybody's though, to be so fair. Have you watched or read Game of Thrones? And if you haven't, are you maybe planning on doing it? I have not read I watched the first episode with my mom. I don't plan on reading them because those books are really long and I just am not a marathon reader. But I do think I could actually sit down and watch it one day. I only really watch series if there's a lot for me to plow through, like Criminal Minds. It was a challenge to get through all those seasons, you know what I mean? So I could definitely watch it. I definitely could. I'm assuming from this question that it's worth it, and I'm assuming from all the hype that it has that it's worth it, so definitely it'll get on my list. My brother has read them, and he really likes them, and he really likes the show. What is your favorite and least favorite book trope? I do like enemies to lovers. I like enemies to lovers, but not in like a toxic kind of way, but in that moment, like, I love the moment where they have the oh, where it's like, no, I like them. Like, oh, I like that a lot. I love that. Trope that I don't like. I hate the step sibling thing. I think that's super strange, and I hate that people still write that. Not really a fan of fake dating. I just don't really like it. I don't know. I've definitely read fake dating, and I liked the books that have it, but like if I were to pick a perfect world, I would ask people to stop writing that. Their favorite book trope of mine and like movie trope is where like the supervillain has like, you know, bad morals or whatever, but then there's that one thing that sets them off that's like, you don't recycle, or it's like, hey, you cut that lady in line. Like, I like that, where it's like a villain, right? But then they have like, they still have a set of morals. Like, I think that's hilarious. Favorite book that features a black main character and a black love interest. Ooh, that's fun. Kind of going back through a passing phase, Nella Larson. I revisited that a few days ago, and I really enjoy that book because of so many questions that it gives me. Right now, that's my answer. It definitely changes so often, but right now my phase is passing. A black love interest. Haven't read it yet, but I picked this book up and I haven't gotten around to it, and I guess I won't until I get back from school, but it's called Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, and it is by Joya Goffney, and it's kind of like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but with black people. That's so fun. Not exactly To All the Boys, it's just like a similar trope, and that's why I picked it up, but I think that's so fun. Black people. Most anticipated 2022 release. I don't know a single 2022 release. I actually have not been tracing 2022 releases because I'm just trying to make it through this year, to be honest. But I just found one that's called Pandora, and it's by Susan Stokes Chapman. And it says, a pure pleasure of a novel set in Georgian London, where the discovery of a mysterious ancient Greek vase sets in motion conspiracies, revelations, and romance. There's a fine line between coincidence and fate. That sounds super cool. So I guess that's my most anticipated 2022 release. And do I read middle grade? Not intentionally. If I pick up a book and it's interesting and it happens to be middle grade, then I suppose, but I don't go looking for that. Favorite book, TV show / movie adaptation. Is there a book or series that you would like to get adapted? Well, okay, I like the Twilight adaptions. I think those are fun. I think those are a lot of fun. I haven't seen the Normal People adaptation, but I hear a lot of good things about it, so I'm going to check that out for sure. Lovecraft Country. I liked that TV show. I liked the book better, and I feel like I'd be really upset if I saw like my favorite book go to screen and it wasn't like the book. Like, I just think I would be the worst. I would be so bitter and hateful about it. Reading The Maidens right now by Alex Michaelides, Michaelides, I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think that would be a very interesting movie. It's giving psychological, it's giving Black Swan type movie, A24 type beat. You could be the main character in a book for a week. Which book would you choose? Now, if you asked me this when I was 12, I would say Percy Jackson. I would love to get my actual Camp Half-Blood cabin, but looking at my shelf again, to pick one, I would definitely do, okay, I would love to be in Sherlock Holmes in the sense of The Irregulars. I've not finished The Irregulars, so, you know, don't tell me if I'm completely wrong and I would hate to live there, but like, from the Sherlock Holmes kind of magic kind of thing in The Irregulars, ooh, I'd love to be a part of that group of Bea and Jess and all of them. I really like that show. What is my sun, moon, rising placement? I am a Libra sun, Aries moon, Scorpio ascendant. And I don't know anything else about my other prominent placements. I think it's honestly very, like, I don't know a lot about it, but I definitely do think I act like a Libra, and I think that I've got the emotions of a Scorpio sometimes. I don't really feel like I'm got like a fire moon. I don't really think I act like that. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I don't really know. Who/what are your guilty pleasure artists, books, movies, if you have any? Let's see, for guilty pleasure books, I read a lot of Kindle Unlimited romances, and I know that's not like a guilty pleasure, but I think like mainstream media has really stigmatized women enjoying romances, and so it makes me feel like I'm not a real reader, even though that's not the case, and any book that you read makes you a reader, you know what I mean? Off campus, that's my jam. I love that. As for music, guilty pleasure, I do indulge in Kanye West. I listen to some Drake sometimes. Movies, guilty pleasures. I'm not really a movie person, but I watch Back to the Future like an incessant amount. And it's not really guilty, but it's just like a weird thing. I have the box set sitting right here. So I don't remember who gave this to me, but someone knew enough about my fixation that I have all 3 DVDs with hours of bonus footage. the last question, let's see, what made you start a channel? What made me start a channel is that I was extremely lonely because I did my first semester of college at home because of coronavirus, and I just was so alone, and I was reading a lot, and I kept like ranting about books to my mom and dad, and they were like, why don't you talk to somebody about this? And I was like, my friends don't really read. I started doing the YouTube channel because I was on Goodreads, and I saw that people had BookTube, and then I got into BookTube watching it, and so then I started making my own videos, and now we're here. It's almost been a year. I started my channel in October, so fun. A lot happened in a year. I always liked to read books. I have always liked to read. My mom really got me and my brother into reading from a young age. She would have us do like quiet time, and so my brother would like go do sports stuff, whatever, and I would sit and read. I am going to link some other channels that I very much enjoy down below, because I think that it would be very nice if you guys subscribe to some other small YouTubers, because it's really more important that we like grow a community. And like, I love when people have conversations underneath my videos. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it makes me really excited, because like views are cool, but I love having conversations. And so when other booktubers comment on my videos, it's just so fun. I love it. And so I try to do that to other people as well, and get into what they're reading and what they're into, because I think that's really like what this should be all about. It's like a big fat book club. Good times. All right, so this was this was supposed to be an organized Q&A, and I don't think it would be a Claire Q&A, Claire video, if it wasn't absolutely all over the place. I hope you guys learned something new about me, or I don't know. Thank you again for 2,000 subscribers. We're only gonna go up from here, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace up. A-Town down.